Before we begin, I'd like to ask a few questions just for you to contemplate to yourself. And if you want to grab your pen and paper and write down your thoughts about it, you're welcome to do that. And these, for me, relate to the way we're going to look at the Queen of Swords today. So the first question is, when was a time when the truth was suddenly clear to you? It may have been something too awful or even too good to acknowledge, but suddenly you just knew. Take a moment to just see if you can remember a time when that happened. The second question is, when was a time when you surprised yourself by finding just the right words? Um, Maybe it was a harsh truth you had to deliver to someone, or maybe it was an appreciation, or an expression of appreciation that you hadn't been able to express and you finally found the right words. Just take a moment to see if you can think of a time when that happened for you. And the last question is, when was a time when you felt yourself lost in a smell? Maybe this is something you do intentionally. You might plant flowers outside your house that you just so you can smell them when they bloom. You might bring them home and fill your house, or just stop to smell them every time you go to the market. Christmas time, you might stop by the Christmas tree display stands and take in that smell. Maybe you enjoy the smell of cut grass or the ocean or campfire. Take a moment to just bring to mind one or two smells that you really love. Maybe those smells carry memories beyond just the smell, liking the smell itself. Maybe they also bring other thoughts and feelings with them for you. So, as we prepare for the meditation, just make sure that you're in a place where you feel safe and protected and comfortable. If you're sitting upright, um, often we see people sitting up very straight when we meditate, and then that might look very stiff or controlled. It actually allows for the body to sort of balance on itself. So there's no need to make yourself very straight. But if you're not, you want to make sure that like your head's not going to feel unsupported if you're leaning back. Um, so just take a moment to prepare yourself in that way now. If anytime you want to change your position, you're welcome to do that. So just take a moment to settle into your seat wherever you are. You might want to scan your body. Notice the parts that touch where you're sitting, whether it's your bottom or your legs, everything that's touching something that's supporting you. Your feet might be touching the floor. Notice the air against your skin. Notice the quality of the air in the room that you're in. Is it warm or cool? And just lightly notice your breath. What's the quality of your breath right now? One way of understanding the queens of the tarot is that they each hold space for the element that they rule. And the Queen of Swords rules over the element of air. The element of air relates to the breath that you are sensing right now, relates to the voice and the mind, and the ability to see clearly. For this reason, the element of air resides primarily in the upper part of the body, around the lungs, the throat, mouth, nose, the eyes, and your third eye. Just bring your attention to those parts of yourself right now. Notice any tension that might be in your face. See if you can let that go. Aside from needing the air to breathe, so many experiences are available to us because of the air. One way to think of meditation is as a time to be intimate with the breath. Take time to be intimate with your breath right now. Watch where it goes. Notice how it enters and where it flows. And you feel your breath as it moves through your throat and down into your lungs. You feel it move through your nostrils. Now notice how the breath moves your body. Does it move your shoulders, your chest, the sides and back of your ribs, your belly? Can you feel these places lift or expand as you inhale? Now notice each of those places as your breath is released. Does your belly or do your ribs strut in to release all of the air? Do your shoulders relax as you exhale? Can you allow your exhale to assist you in releasing any other tension you may be holding? Now, sometimes in meditation, some truth will arise simply because we have relaxed the exact tensions that were protecting us from seeing or knowing some truth. The next few moments, just stay with your breath. If anything arises, just make note of what it is. If you feel compelled to write it down, it's okay to do so. Writing can be its own meditation. And if nothing is arising, just enjoy this quiet time with your breath. If you like, you can bring to mind a fragrance that you love and just sit with the memory of that fragrance for a while. And if it feels good to you, feel free to take your hand to your chest or your belly or both, wherever you feel your breath moving. Just another way to acknowledge that breath that moves through your body. Take a moment to feel gratitude for the element of air, how it moves through you at all times, what it makes possible for you. In this moment, you might like to recognize we each breathe in and out, that the air we breathe is the same air. Even if we are not physically together in the same room, the air in your room will one day be in my room. All of the air is connected. Through our breath, each of us are connected to one another. And this could be why some of the truths that arise when we relax and connect to the breath are sometimes understandings of the other people, our friends and relations, not just ourselves. Allow yourself to savor these final moments of meditation. So, again, any observations or knowings or sensations that have arisen in you, become aware of your whole body while you're still in this meditative space. And see if you can memorize this feeling in your muscles and your bones, in the depths of your being. Imagine yourself moving out in the world with a sense of trust that what you need to know will be revealed to you. Imagine yourself moving out in the world with a sense of trust that whatever the truth is, you can handle it. Imagine yourself moving out in the world with a sense of trust that what needs to be said, you can find the words to say it. Take a moment to imagine what that would be like. And know that this is the gift that the Queen of Swords offers to you. And when you feel ready to make a transition, give yourself plenty of time to reorient to the outside world. Just gently become aware of your environment wherever you are. You might want to take a deep breath. You might want to start to flutter your eyes open. You might want to start moving your fingers, your toes. You're stretching out your whole arms, your legs. No need to rush. Important to take this time to come slowly out of meditation so you can integrate anything that you gained from your practice into your life. If you need to take a sip of water, that could be a nice transition, or some other beverage. And if you want to write down any reflections about your experience or anything that came up for you during the practice, feel free to take a moment to do that. And when everyone's ready, we'll have a little discussion.